Welcome to the third lesson of this 9th module from our cybersecurity course. This course is presented to you by TCSC London Academy and the instructor Mr. Isam Ifarud Jain. This lesson covers the following: Methods of Attribution, building a case for attribution of a cyber attack, case studies of attacks attributed countries and their geopolitical motivations. Let's start with the methods of attribution. Examining techniques used by cybersecurity experts, intelligence agencies, and law enforcement to attribute cyber attacks. Attribution of cyber attacks involves a combination of technical analysis, intelligence sharing, threat intelligence, linguistics, and geopolitical insights. First attribution technique we will cover is digital forensics. Digital forensics involves analyzing digital artifacts, such as logs, metadata, and file structures, to reconstruct the timeline and activities of an attack. Experts analyze system logs, network traffic, and malware code to trace back the attack's origin and determine the attack vectors used. 2. Attribution frameworks. Organizations and intelligence agencies often use attribution frameworks to categorize and identify threat actors based on their tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. Analysts compare the TTPs observed in an attack with those associated with known threat groups to narrow down potential actors. 3. Infrastructure analysis. Investigators analyze the infrastructure used in cyber attacks, including domain names, IP addresses, and hosting providers, to uncover patterns and connections. Researchers look for reused infrastructure, shared hosting providers, and connections between different attacks to link them to specific actors. 4. Threat intelligence sharing. Collaboration between cybersecurity companies, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies involves sharing threat intelligence to pool knowledge and insights. Shared information helps identify attack patterns, malware families, and indicators of compromise (IOCs) associated with specific threat actors. 5. Malware analysis. Analyzing the code, behavior, and functionalities of malware provides insights into the techniques used by attackers. Reverse engineering malware helps identify code similarities, techniques used for evasion, and potential links to known threat groups. 6. Linguistic and cultural analysis. Language used in communication, malware code, or social media can provide clues about the attacker's cultural and linguistic background. Experts analyze language patterns, slang, and idioms to narrow down potential threat actor groups. 7. Signature and pattern matching. Matching code signatures, attack patterns, and indicators of compromise against existing databases helps identify known malware and attacker behaviors. Automated systems and databases are used to compare attack artifacts against known attack signatures. 8. Sandbox analysis. Cybersecurity researchers analyze malware in controlled environments, sandboxes, to observe its behavior, communication, and potential connections. Observing the malware's actions helps identify communication with command and control servers, which can be linked to threat actors. 9. Open source intelligence, OSINT. Gathering information from publicly available sources, including social media, forums, and blogs, can provide insights into threat actors' affiliations and activities. Researchers analyze online posts, communications, and forums to identify discussions related to cyber operations. 10. Cross-referencing with previous operations. Comparing attributes of the current attack with those of previous attacks can reveal similarities and patterns associated with specific threat actors. Establishing consistent attack techniques helps link new operations to known groups. 11. Geopolitical context. Experts consider geopolitical factors, motivations, and historical relationships between countries to narrow down potential threat actors. Understanding the geopolitical context helps differentiate between state-sponsored and non-state actors. Now let's discuss building a case for attribution of a cyber attack. Building a case for attribution involves a multidisciplinary approach that combines technical analysis, digital forensics, infrastructure investigation, and contextual understanding. By integrating various elements and identifying patterns, analysts can attribute cyber attacks to specific actors or groups with increased confidence. However, due to the dynamic nature of cyber conflicts, attribution should always be approached with careful consideration of its complexity and the potential for misinformation or misdirection. 1. Indicators of compromise, IOCS. IOCS are pieces of evidence left behind by attackers, such as IP addresses, domain names, file hashes, and malware signatures. IOCS provide crucial data points that link an attack to a specific group or actor. They aid in tracking the attacker's infrastructure and techniques. 2. Tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. TTPs refer to the methods, strategies, and tools used by threat actors during an attack. Analyzing TTPs helps identify patterns consistent with known threat groups, allowing for attribution based on similar attack behaviors. 3. Infrastructure analysis. Investigating the infrastructure used in an attack includes analyzing domain names, IP addresses, hosting providers, and servers. Examining infrastructure connections and reuse helps establish links between different attacks and campaigns. 4. Digital forensics. Digital forensics involves analyzing logs, metadata, file artifacts, and system data to reconstruct the attack timeline and methods. Digital forensics helps identify initial attack vectors, lateral movement, and exfiltration patterns, contributing to the overall attribution process. 5. Building a case for attribution. Integration. Analysts integrate findings from IOCs, TTPs, infrastructure analysis, and digital forensics to create a comprehensive view of the attack. Pattern recognition. Consistent patterns across multiple attacks provide indicators of a specific threat actor's involvement. 6. Attribution frameworks and actor profiling. Usage. Analysts compare observed TTPs and IOCs with known threat groups using attribution frameworks to identify potential matches. Contextual insights. Analysts use the framework's profiles of threat actors to understand their objectives, motivations, and historical behaviors. 7. Common TTPs and uniqueness. Assessment. Analyzing whether TTPs used in an attack are commonly seen across various threat groups or if they exhibit unique characteristics. Differentiation. Unique TTPs may indicate a specific actor, while common TTPs might require additional evidence for accurate attribution. 8. Attribution confidence. Level of confidence. Attribution is often assessed with varying degrees of confidence, based on the strength of collected evidence. Combined evidence, the convergence of IOCs, TTPs, infrastructure analysis, and digital forensics increases the overall confidence in attribution. 9. Geopolitical and motivational factors. Consideration. Incorporating geopolitical context, motivations, and objectives of threat actors to align technical findings with possible actors. Enhanced attribution. Geopolitical insights can validate technical evidence by matching with the likely intentions of specific actors. Finally, let's explore some case studies of attacks attributed countries and their geopolitical motivations. Exploring real-life case studies provides a deeper understanding of how cyber operations intersect with geopolitical motivations and state interests. It underscores the need for cybersecurity professionals and policymakers to consider the broader context of international relations when analyzing and responding to cyber threats. International cyber conflicts are influenced by historical, political, and strategic factors that shape the motives behind state-sponsored cyber operations. First example we will explore is the Stuxnet worm in 2010. Stuxnet is a sophisticated computer worm discovered in 2010 that targeted supervisory control and data acquisition (SCADA) systems used to control centrifuges in Iran's nuclear enrichment program. The worm exploited multiple zero-day vulnerabilities in Microsoft Windows and Siemens software to infect computers and manipulate industrial processes. Stuxnet caused physical damage to Iran's nuclear infrastructure, significantly delaying its nuclear program. Attribution. Stuxnet is widely believed to be a joint operation between the United States and Israel, aimed at sabotaging Iran's nuclear capabilities. Second example is the NotPetya cyber attack in 2017. The The NotPetya cyberattack, which occurred in June 2017, targeted organizations primarily in Ukraine but also affected numerous companies worldwide. The malware initially spread through a compromised update from a Ukrainian accounting software, impacting various sectors such as finance, energy, healthcare, and logistics. NotPetya encrypted files on infected computers, rendering them inaccessible, and demanded a ransom for decryption. Attribution. While the initial infection vector remains disputed, the attack is widely believed to be the work of Russian state-sponsored threat actors, specifically the GRU, Main Intelligence Directorate. Third example we will explore is the Microsoft Exchange Server vulnerability exploitation in 2021. Description: in early 2021, it was discovered that threat actors exploited vulnerabilities in Microsoft Exchange Server software to gain unauthorized access to email accounts and servers. The attackers targeted organizations worldwide, including government agencies, businesses, and non-profit organizations. Attribution: the cyberattack has been attributed to a Chinese state-sponsored hacking group known as Hafnium, although other threat actors have also been observed exploiting the vulnerabilities. In this lesson, we covered the following topics: methods of attribution, building a case for attribution of a cyberattack, case studies of attacks attributed to countries. In the next lesson, we will cover roles and effort to reduce cyber conflicts. Stay with us to learn more. See you there.